Thought you wasn't gonna watch it.
Yourself came out to LA, came to the fight, but Crawford just walked by and said, "I thought you weren't gonna watch it, but clearly your mind has changed."
Yeah, I came here to support.
Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez held their first mini press conference ahead of their scheduled fight in September. However, it was Jaron Ennis who grabbed the spotlight after confronting and physically engaging with Crawford. Ennis expressed his frustration, claiming he has been unfairly overlooked for years, while Crawford now moves forward with a high-profile bout against Alvarez.
Towards Canelo, because like I said before, he been putting big guys out and down, and Canelo not even really a 68-pounder. He probably really should be at 60, maybe, and he been hurting these guys. I think he be dropping these guys and things like that. So, and them guys be way bigger than him come fight night. I know that for sure. They be probably close to.
Here in Boots, Ennis attended the press conference for the upcoming Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez fight in Las Vegas, where tensions flared as Ennis pushed Crawford while he was leaving the stage. Ennis has been planning to move up to super welterweight or middleweight in hopes of finally securing a fight with Crawford after multiple unsuccessful attempts to face him at welterweight. The press event was a small, low-key gathering featuring a brief Q&A and media photos. When asked about Ennis' actions, Crawford dismissed the confrontation, stating that Ennis had opportunities to fight him before and that he remains focused on his upcoming bout. Jaron Ennis has long pursued a fight with Terence Crawford, but will now have to watch as his rival faces Canelo Alvarez instead. Ennis is a highly skilled and promising boxer, currently holding the International Boxing Federation welterweight title. He rose to prominence after Crawford secured undisputed status at 147 pounds by defeating Errol Spence in July 2023.
And he dropping those guys like that, so I don't know. It's gonna be a great fight. The fans want to see it, so so be it. I think Crawford should take a warm-up fight, at like 60 or like at least at 60, just to get his body, the feeling of somebody a little bit bigger, and things like that. I know when you go up a weight, you gotta, develop that power and not develop the power, but like put that muscle on and be heavy and things like that. So he might not want to take a fight because he's trying to build up right now, but I think he should, just to stay sharp and that way he don't have like a long layoff or anything.
With Bud's recent world title win at 154 pounds over Israel Madrimov, it appears the 37-year-old has moved on from the welterweight division for good. Terence Crawford has long aimed to move up in weight to challenge undisputed super middleweight champion Canelo Alvarez, and this past week, the highly anticipated fight was officially confirmed for September. Speaking to UISM Sports Media, Jaron Ennis didn't pick a clear favorite, giving both Crawford and Canelo an equal chance of victory. He described it as a balanced matchup, a 50-50th fight, and one that fans are eager to watch.
He's going to run over the ring. What's your thoughts on that fight?
It's a good fight, 50-50 fight, and I guess it's a fight that everybody wants to see, so, it's a good fight.
When asked about the challenge Crawford faces moving up in weight, Ennis acknowledged it won't be easy. He explained that adding around 14 pounds could slow Crawford down, and building the necessary muscle makes it tougher to maintain speed and agility. However, Ennis said the true test will come on fight night. When questioned about what Crawford would need to do to secure a win, he advised being smart, taking time, using movement, and avoiding standing still to absorb heavy shots. Finally, Ennis shared his thoughts on what Canelo would need to do to claim victory.
How difficult is it to make that jump from, he only had one fight at 54, so like 147, 154 to 168 pounds.
You said how difficult is it?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be a little difficult because you got to, what do you have to put on, like an extra 14 pounds, so he might be a little slower, or who knows, he could be faster, I don't know, like it's just, you got to add more weight and gain more muscle and stuff like that, moving up in weight and things like that, so it's a little harder, but I don't know, we'll see on fight night how he'll look.
Ennis believes Canelo will apply constant pressure, controlling the fight by cutting off the ring and forcing Crawford to react. He expects Canelo to assert his dominance and make it clear that this is his weight class, not allowing Crawford to dictate the pace. As one of boxing's most promising rising stars, Ennis recently spoke out during the build-up to the Canelo versus Crawford fight, sharing a cautious perspective rather than giving full support to Crawford. In an interview with Fight Hub TV, he suggested that Crawford should consider a warm-up fight at 160 pounds to adjust to facing larger opponents before taking on Canelo, who competes 2 weight classes above him.
What does Terence Crawford have to do to be successful in that fight?
Be smart. Take his time. Box and move. Yeah, don't sit there and let him try to bomb on him.
What about Canelo Alvarez?
I feel like Canelo gonna have to press him, had to press him. Everything behind the stick, and catch him, try and pull out, pull back, anything,
Is it one of those situations where you try to punch on like the smaller man's like arms?
You gonna have to bully him. You gonna have to bully the smaller guy. Don't let him dictate nothing. Show him that's your weight class.
Boots didn't mince words about the challenge Crawford faces. He pointed out that Canelo has been competing at this weight for quite some time and has taken down much larger opponents. Crawford is the smaller fighter, while Canelo has a track record of stopping fighters who weigh close to 200 pounds on fight night. Although Alvarez may not be a natural super middleweight himself, he consistently harms and finishes opponents who are significantly bigger than Crawford. This reality is clear to anyone familiar with the sport.
Yeah, you brought up, and this is just a follow-up on here, you brought up one main point that a lot of fans have been bringing up. It's like, what happens when Canelo hits him? Because he's been hurting, like you mentioned, bigger guys.
Yeah.
Crawford hasn't been fighting guys that are 200 pounds, 190 pounds on fight night.
Yeah, right. I think Crawford should take a warm-up fight. At like 60 or like at least at 60, just to get it.
Same like a.
You told me that Terence Crawford and Canelo was a 50-50 fight. You told me Terence Crawford had a chance.
Right.
Me, I was leaning towards Canelo because of the size.
Right.
I want to apologize.
Yeah.
Because after watching that fight, I see what you were talking about.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that movement all sets everybody, man. And with Canelo, he get frustrated. You see, he walking to you and all that. If he can't touch you, you know what I mean? That's it. You know what I mean?
Now, did watching that make you feel like Terence Crawford has better than a 50% chance? After
Crawford revealed he currently weighs 186 pounds, well above the 168-pound super middleweight limit despite his past titles at lower weights. Jaron "Boots" Ennis predicted Crawford would lose, while many experts favor Canelo Alvarez. Ennis' father, Boozy Andis, offered his take, noting that Alvarez can get frustrated when opponents move a lot, referencing Canelo's recent win over William Skelton.
Back in the day, but now this is supposed to be a new and improved Canelo.
Yeah. I think, like I said, Terence got a great chance to beat him, man. You know what I mean? Terence can box, Terence can move, Terence can punch. You know what I mean? Terence ain't gonna be doing like Skull. Terence gonna fight you. You know what I mean? He's Terence from the street, man. You know what I mean? He know what to do. You know what I mean? When it comes down to it, I think he's gonna wind up frustrating Canelo.